All right, y'all live.
We are live. We are live. What's going on? What Sleep platform? Today we have me, Charlie. Everybody know me already. And we have Miss Corletra Mance.
Hello, hello.
Yes, ma'am. She's running for
Third Circuit Court Judge.
Third Circuit Court Judge. And we're going to get a little bit more information about that, educate the people out there. We got Kyrie in the back, of course. Yes, ma'am. Let's get into a little bit about you, Miss Mance.
Okay, yeah. So I'll first say thank you all for letting me be here today and talk with you all. I am originally from Chattanooga. I've been here in Nashville since 2008. Been practicing law since I graduated law school in 2008, and then I moved here to Nashville. So I've been practicing.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
don't want to interrupt you. Can I stop you right there?
Uh-huh.
I'm always curious about what makes people go into like certain fields.
Right.
So
Yeah.
what made you want to study like law?
Right. So, according to my mother, I was about 5 years old,
Hmm.
and I came to her and I told her I wanted to represent um black men because all I saw on the TV when I was 5 was them getting beat. So she said, ever since I was 5 years old, I've always said I wanted to go to law school, wanted to be a criminal defense attorney,
Okay.
represent black men and help them get out of jail. Because, and unfortunately today, that's still very prevalent. A lot of
Absolutely.
a lot of black men are going to jail, or aren't getting the representation that they need. So that's why. And I literally, from 5 all the way through college, got my major in political science at Rose in Memphis, and then I went to law school at UT in Knoxville. And
So you local, super local.
yeah,
You
Tennessee,
Tennessee
all the
native.
way through.
Okay.
Yes, I literally moved to Nashville because it was the only major city
Mhm.
in Tennessee I had lived in.
Aside from Knox, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I went to UT, which is in Knoxville, for
You're
law
right.
school.
That's what I'm saying. Aside from
Yeah,
Knox. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So moved here, and I came out in 2008, and it was a terrible year. Our professors told us, there are no jobs, and there weren't. I got out of law school, came here and worked at Bricktops restaurant
Okay.
as a server. Um, and then after that, I finally got a job with the state, um, doing 10 care law. And then I was an unemployment officer. So
No,
basically,
that's
I
tedious.
decided, yeah, if people got their unemployment or not.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, I decided, okay, let me go back to my passion, which was criminal law.
Okay.
So I started, I guess I had a mentor working with him here in Davidson County, um, burning the courtrooms up. We had like 16, 17 cases a day on the docket. So running around crazy, I got burned out of criminal law.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I didn't just stop there. So I just added to it. So I started doing family law, which consists of divorces, child support, child custody, orders of protection,
Right.
also immigration. I do immigration. I also do probate, which is wills and estates.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing us black people, we gotta start getting our wills together.
Absolutely. I agree.
Personal injury,
Mm-hmm.
contract disputes, landlord tenant. So I started my private practice in 2015, and all those areas I still practice right now.
Okay.
So it's been, I enjoy it. I like working for myself, but it's definitely one of those things, it's eat what you kill. So since I work for myself, um, if I don't have any clients, I don't make any money.
Right.
But I enjoy it. And circling back, so Third Circuit Court, the judgeship that I'm running for, right?
Okay.
That is a countywide race. So anyone in Davidson County can actually vote in this election.
Okay.
Judges races aren't the best attended because people don't really pay attention to them. This particular race, the judge who was in the seat retired early. So this is a special election. So it's really not on anybody's radar. There's 3 people running, 3 candidates, myself and 2 other young ladies.
Okay.
So right now it's pretty much foot to pavement, getting the word out as much as possible. Because the one thing about a judge's race, it's not as political, right? Because judges are supposed to be unbiased.
Correct.
And this particular position is family law. Um, Family law, once again, you got that's divorces, child support, child custody, orders of protection. I'll say that one of the things that I think makes me a little different from the other candidates running, I can't speak fully to their background, but since I do or practice in other areas of law,
Right.
criminal, immigration, those play a part in family court.
That's so funny because I was just about to ask you, like, with you running, like, and studying so many different, like, of course, various
Yep.
like pieces of law. Like, I think that kind of, how do I frame that as a question? Hmm. Do you feel like that puts you in a better position? You were kind of answering it, so you kind of feel like that puts you in a better position over
I
other
do.
candidates, or
I definitely do because it allows me to think outside the box. And of course, we all know Nashville has grown. It's not the same when I moved here in 2008. One the
absolutely
same
not.
2020, it's 2026. And it's so many different. First of all, Davidson County is blue, right? When I say blue, I mean we Davidson County is more liberal. It literally
Absolutely.
leans
Yeah.
Democrat more so than Republican. Now, is this race political? No, but however, they make us pick which side.
Really?
Oh yeah, we have to. Are you gonna be in the what's called the Democratic primary, which is where if you're running as a Democrat, you have to run the Democratic primary, which is the first election, and that's on May 5th. Or you can say, okay, I'm gonna run as a Republican and be in the Republican primary, which is also May 5th. But everyone knows a Republican's not gonna win Davidson County.
Of course not.
So there's not even like the three candidates right now that's running. We're all running Democrats
Okay.
because Republicans not gonna win. But I say that to say like Davidson County's grown so much and it's more brown than it is.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's majority, it's more so minorities now. And in that courtroom in family law, there needs to be someone in there who is going to represent, and I don't mean because I'm black. I mean, I can think outside the box
Right.
and I can relate to people of different economic backgrounds,
Right.
cultures, and so forth.
I don't mean to not look at you, by the way. I just need to.
Oh,
But I'm sorry, I don't want to be rude, but
you're fine. Versus, thinking that, for example, I do a lot of what's called that court does a lot of parenting plans. Okay.
I'm on one.
You want what? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So
Put myself on it, by the way.
that's
Yes, ma'am.
that's a plus.
Right.
That's a good thing.
Absolutely.
So, in Davidson County, one of the things about Davidson County is since it does seem tend to lean more liberal, the judges should meet that, right? So, for example, let's say you get a divorce, like you're on a parenting plan. Let's say you were married, you get a divorce, y'all have a kid, right? And you want to have just as much time as the mom.
Right.
Okay. Historically, men are always given, for lack of a better term, weekend dad, that every other weekend parenting plan. Davidson County shied away from that, right? So with me or getting on that bench, I'm of the belief that a man should have 50-50.
That's
Right?
a beautiful thing.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you know, everybody is you may be a first time parent. She may be a first time parent. That's fine, but you both deserve a chance to be a
Absolutely.
parent.
I agree.
I'm of the opinion that it's in the best interest of the kid to have both of y'all in their lives
Spending equal time. Yes, ma'am. I agree.
So I think historically the judges who have sat in that seat were old school.
Go with that.
should
Go with that, mama.
Yeah. Mom should have more time. That's just how it should be. And things are changing, and you got to have someone that can actually pivot. You got to have someone who can think outside the box.
Absolutely.
Not every parenting plan should be the same.
I agree.
So that's one thing that I think is very prevalent and needed right now in Davidson County. Um, I'll tell you, it also helps if you've got some other areas of law up under your belt, because criminal law, immigration, those really come into play in family court for some families, and that's huge.
Something to pay attention to
Yeah.
too, especially with the current climate. So yeah.
Man, it's crazy. I've seen families torn apart in family court because the judge didn't understand immigration law and understand if they don't get it, you don't want to make a choice. You
Right.
don't want to mess up. But if you had have gotten it, then you really would have been able to help this family. So,
Absolutely.
you know, it's an important race. You know, I don't think people also realize that you vote for your judge. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly, and like I said,
Yeah.
the word of the day is not for me was not sounding ignorant, but I want to be honest because I want you to feel like you're talking to like somebody on the street. I
Yeah.
did not know that we voted
You vote for your
for our
judge.
judges.
So when people are saying local elections are so important,
This will.
that's one of the ones they're talking
They
about.
are absolutely.
The people vote these judges in. It's not, they're not being picked by the governor.
And we're not paying attention to that. I don't think. I think that's kind of stuff goes like right over the
It goes for a lot of people,
right.
because they don't pay attention to those races, because it's just like they think you're just getting appointed or someone's just picking
Right.
these people. No,
Right.
we are actually
You gotta
voting
pick. You
for people.
you see it. You remember that you pick.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Definitely pick. And I will say though, lately, I think more and more people are realizing that,
Right.
because if you look at the judges in Davidson County, they actually represent what Davidson County looks like. They're starting to represent that more and more. More minorities, more, judges of color, women, not
Right.
men,
Right.
not just old
White man. I'm so glad you said it was on the tip of my tongue, but I didn't know if it was allowed. But yes,
these are facts.
anytime I've had an experience with the court system, it's always been an old white judge, and I feel like I'm talking to somebody who I just can't.
Understand.
Like it's a disconnect. Yes.
Exactly.
I have a question for you. So with you, like I said, you actually said this earlier, and I thought it was interesting. Like judges are supposed to be unbiased, and being in such like a position of power, how do you feel like you could stay like the best way would be grounded? How do you feel like that?
So what's crazy is, of course, I've never been a judge, right? But there are a lot of regulations. So they are highly regulated. One thing that I've seen from other judges who are down to earth, grounded, you see that their constituents, the people, right, appreciate that. It makes them more comfortable. Like, who wants to come into a courtroom and be sitting there and you got a judge that thinks that they're above, like,
Yes, I feel like you looking down, like
nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, historically, blacks, and especially black men, hate going to court.
Absolutely.
It's always for them historically the same thing. They're prejudged. Once they walk in the door, they're not given a chance to talk.
Absolutely.
They're scared to death. Like, and this is the position I'm running for is civil court. It's not even criminal, but you still have, it's the same mentality, because it's like, man, they're not gonna listen. They're not gonna understand. They're gonna talk over me.
Yeah.
And I think you get your best results when you're actually just a normal person.
Absolutely. I agree.
There will always be times where I'm going to have to use terminology that someone may not understand, but at the end of the day, my job is to break it down so that you understand it, right? And still apply Tennessee law. Like, I'm not going to break Tennessee law, but what I will do is apply the law in such a way that it's going to benefit, you and your family,
Right.
as much as I can. Some things I can't do anything about. One of those being child support.
I'm sure on it.
Look, it's child support is a computer system, and a lot of people don't realize that, because it used to not be. It used to be more subjective, where people just, I guess the judges, this is before my time,
Right.
kind of just lean.
Throw a number at the wall.
You know, here, this is what I think you should pay. But now it is a computer formula. But here's the thing about that. It's also based off the number of days that each parent has.
Yes. And if you get, I don't mean to interrupt, but if you get a judge that's like you said, that's leaning towards more automatically, like go
Yep.
spend more time with your mama versus,
I've literally been sitting in court and heard the judge say, I just believe that a child should be with the mother more.
and now I gotta pay more out of pocket, even though it's
Yep.
benefiting my child, which is not the
Yep.
issue.
It's
But
best father ever. And literally, this young man had, matter of fact, it was my client, 3 sons, 3 boys, 3 boys going through a divorce. His boys adored him. Um, and the judge looked at me and said, I'm sorry, Miss Mance, I just believe that the mother should have more time with him,
wow,
with the kids.
you know,
Point blank. And I was just like, you know, I couldn't believe it. So those are the things that need to change. Um, you know, I don't think there's room anymore in the courts for those types of judges.
I agree.
It's just, and so that's a major reason I'm running. Because I really think that as Nashville has changed and as Nashville is pivoting, so does the court system. This is not the 50s. It's not even 2020. Things have changed. And so the court
Absolutely.
needs to represent that. Um, and you just, it's crazy because families nowadays are I'm not gonna say they're younger, but you
Yeah.
also needed someone that's, I don't know, like not old.
Closer to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
like young, right? But I'm not considered just ancient. I don't think
I'm not. You're not supposed to ask the lady how old they are, so we won't ask. We're gonna say we're gonna say 25.
that works. That'll work. I wish,
We're gonna say
man.
25.
I got friends whose kids are 25, 27. So,
I'm 27.
ah,
Yeah, with three kids though. So like you just said, families are getting younger. I have a
exactly.
6-year-old, a 2-year-old, and
Yeah.
how old is Trudy? 8-month-old. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See,
Mhm.
I mean, that's just how things are going
Yeah,
now.
and that oldest one is the one I'm on the plan for. And like you said, when I went into the courtroom, it didn't really feel like and I think I said this, but I think it's interesting that you have this in mind already, which is really something that we definitely need in that chair. Like I didn't really feel like I had the opportunity to, like, I don't want to say fight because me and her weren't really fighting, but I didn't really feel like he kind of considered like, hey, he's a dad. I like he wants to spend time with his daughter, so let's
Yeah.
try to make that happen. He kind of just gave everything, which I have, to the mom, which is cool, but I wish it was a little different. And if we had somebody like thinking with your frame of thinking in there, I think it might have went a little different for me. But
I really truly believe, like I said, as a judge, you're supposed to be unbiased. So
I
when
agree.
I'm in there, I don't, man, woman, here's their kid, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I don't know who's gonna be the better parent, right? It's for them to present the facts to me,
Hmm.
and then I make that determination. I don't just automatically, because it's a man, be like, oh no, he gonna get less time.
Yeah,
So, and are there some terrible fathers? Yes. Are there some
absolutely.
terrible mothers? Yes. It
Yeah.
goes both ways.
Hmm.
But the idea when you're sitting up on that bench is to be unbiased, listen to the facts, and then make a decision. Um, Something that I don't think people also realize is, and it took me a while as an attorney.
Right.
Like, I may know my case backwards, forwards, upside down. The judge does not know your case.
Absolutely.
People come in there thinking they've read the complaint and
It
no.
seemed like they just open up the folder right there and like,
Well, so, and here's the thing, because like if you're gonna have to have a trial
Mhm.
down the road, they can't already be reading and looking at the facts and everything before the trial
Mhm.
because they're supposed to be unbiased. So
Makes
the
sense.
only things, like when you go in for like a short hearing on like some little matter,
Right.
that's all they know.
Hmm.
They don't know the history. They don't know any of that till you get to trial.
Hmm.
So, and I know it's frustrating to people because I know they're like, you didn't look at the file. No, they don't.
That's
They don't
good to know, actually.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind, guys, if you ever have to go to family court.
Yeah. And that's criminal court too.
Criminal court as well. See, like I said, the word of the day is ignorant. Nothing wrong with being ignorant. It just
Yeah.
means not to know, but did not know that. Oh, yeah, got you. Yeah.
Yeah, criminal same way. The
Okay.
judge, you know, you got to be able. Each side has to be able to put on their proof,
Mhm.
right? And then it's the judge's responsibility to make a determination based off of the proof, not based off of what they think. It's literally based off of whatever you or your attorney presents to the court.
Right.
So yeah. If you have a good attorney, then they should present a lot of information and facts
Mhm.
if you got them. Sometimes you don't,
Mhm.
right? Um, and then at that point, the judge, especially in family court, I'll go back to that, has to look at what's going to be the best for that kid if it's a kid involved.
Okay.
One thing that I think people don't realize in that courtroom, especially if children are involved, the judge could care less about the dad or the mom. They're focused on the kid and what's going to be in their best interest. Um, who should they be with more? Should it be split?
Is y'all talking about child support?
Yes. No, you know I'm on it, so I get spirited. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I put myself on it. Yeah. I put myself on it. Yeah.
For the people watching you, like the people that ain't remember, they said smart man.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Well,
I went down there, paid that, what is it, 130, 160, something like that. Let's get this rolling. I need to.
What county was it in?
Davidson?
Davidson.
Yeah.
See, okay, so here's the thing, right? This is
Mhm.
if I don't know if people realize, so men literally it kind of sucks for y'all. It really does. This is where one of the one of Tennessee's laws I completely disagree with.
Mhm.
A man does not have rights until you go down there, petition.
Exactly. That's what it's called, petition.
You gotta go down there, fill out the paperwork, say,
Mhm.
hey, I want to be in my son's life, and then the courts are like, oh, okay.
Like, I guess.
Parenting plan and child support.
Yeah.
But if you don't petition, the mom can just throw you on child support, and guess what? You're not gonna have a parenting plan, so
Mhm.
you're still not gonna have any time with your kid. You literally have to petition the courts to get your rights.
Mhm.
I think that's a horrible rule, or law, but that's what it is. So, I hear all the time men are like, man, I don't even get to see my son. I don't get to see my kids, but I'm paying all this money because they don't know you still got to go down there and petition to get your parenting time. And then when you do that,
Absolutely.
that's when they factor in how much time you have and they plug that into the little formula and it reduces your child support. Right? So,
what's the average percentage that it'll reduce it down by? You know?
Depends.
every 10 days it lowers it. So every 10 days
Let me add some more days, chat. About to get some of them dollars knocked off. Huh?
it lowers your child support. And then, like, let's say if you have your child on your health insurance, you get a credit for that.
Yep.
If you have other kids, you get a credit for that. So all of that's on the little computer system, and they give you a credit. And both of y'all's incomes are taken into consideration, not just the man's.
You got a devilish grin. What you got to ask?
Like, I have no kids. Look, y'all know I have no kids, so I don't know nothing about like a lot of this stuff, right? But I feel like I've heard somewhere that once somebody has a certain amount of kids, like they don't have to pay child support no more. Is that real?
I don't think that don't sound like a fair trade. I'd rather just put
No, it's after like 10 or something like that.
10. Ooh.
Y'all remember?
So he don't I know I heard
Not heard of that.
Oh well,
I'm gonna take her word.
she's credible. I'm not.
I've seen some situations where I've seen some men with a lot of kids.
And they still gotta pay?
Well, okay, so this is what you gotta remember. Like, child support is based off both parties' incomes.
Mhm.
And then if they got a bunch of kids, right? Even if they're not paying on those kids, there's another part of the worksheet, child support worksheet, that says how many kids do you have,
Mhm.
and you list all of those kids, right?
Yeah.
And the computer system's gonna say, well, we're gonna assume that he is paying, so we're gonna give him credit for these kids at this amount.
Yep.
So it kicks your child support way down. Okay. So, you could essentially come out paying nothing depending on the amount of kids you have. It just depends on incomes. Now, people will be like, well, what if I just decide not to work? That's not how that works.
Now somebody paid $40. He tried to like, we gonna get you for something. Like they don't pay.
Because like if there's a minimum that they're gonna, it's called imputing your income. They're gonna make you, if you don't work and you're a man, like they're gonna say, okay, well, according to us, you make $39,000 a year.
Mm.
That's gonna be your income, okay? And then moms, I think for a female, it's like, and don't hold me to these numbers. I think it's like 39 and 35,000. Okay, if she's not working, they still gonna give you an income.
Okay.
So you can't go in there and just be like, "Oh, I'm not working." No,
You better off just showing them something.
yeah,
Right. Okay.
yep. And then let the other side make the argument that you could be making more money
Okay.
or what have you. But yeah, you'll get credit for if you have.
You
Right? I'm one of them. Yeah, this is when I was in college and when working.
okay.
And back to court.
See, you must got a good baby mama. I'm baby mama low down. As soon as
I
okay. So she she could snip it if I make some more money.
Yeah.
Like just go right there.
what you need?
Go ahead, give it to her.
So, helping with somebody not pay before they like have their something.
Oh, so let's say um that someone is ordered to pay child support. So first there has to be an order saying you have to pay child support. And let's
like serve papers or something.
uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
what if somebody should keep running?
Well, so right. So let's say that someone goes down, files a petition to put the other parent on child support. You gotta serve them with that petition. Until you serve them, there's not gonna be an order for child support.
So you could just run and not
You could duck and dodge, but once you're served
that must be what my
and
daddy
you don't
did.
show up at court, then they're gonna make up your income, right? Impeach you, put you at 0 days, and then kick out, okay, this is what your child support is, right? And then let's say that person's not paying the child support, right? There is a court order. So then what happens is you are now, for lack of a better term, you're not so much you are breaking the law. You're breaking the court's order. So that is when they can file a petition for contempt, asking for you to go to jail because you have been paying your child support.
You're not getting no.
I have a question for
That's
you.
the argument that a lot of people make. But if they weren't paying anyways,
What's the difference? Yeah.
what are we talking about?
I have a question for you when you're done explaining that.
No, go ahead.
So okay, perfect. When you said it's like not a race, it's not the same as like a race, like politicians and things of that nature. So I'm curious, when you guys are, because you're technically running against each other for
We are.
one position, right? So is it like are you guys doing like ad campaigns, like mudslinging, or is it not?
I'm glad you brought
Is
it
it
up.
not like that?
So, in the
Curious.
judicial races, you
Mhm.
cannot degrade. You can't run a dirty campaign.
Okay, I think that's cool.
Yeah,
You gotta do it the right way, really.
if you want to.
Like you
You
didn't have to win the people over.
So yes, the idea is you need to win the people over for you.
I like
You need
that.
to talk about your qualities,
I think that's awesome.
and why you should be judged versus degrading and talking bad about the other candidate.
Like this is what I believe in. This is what I'm pushing. This is what I think should be. Okay, I actually like that.
It's always your why. Why are you running? People ask that, and then people who are like, very familiar with how the election process works
Right.
and are always participating, if they can relate to you in some way or another, they'll vote for you. I had a lady come up to me the other day. I was out, shaking hands, kissing babies, all that jazz. And this lady literally came up to me and was like, "I want to vote for you because you came over and spoke to me." I was like,
That's simple sometimes.
yeah, and I was shocked because I'm an introvert and I don't like talking, but I gotta do it. Um,
Being,
and they
nothing wrong
were,
with being an introvert. It's very interesting. But that's
man, look,
He's like, look what I do.
struggle every day. Yeah,
it is
introvert, but
really, yeah, like y'all.
I mean, I
At
had
the
to
end
grow
of the
up.
day, I need like an hour just silence, nothing. I need to just sit there. I need the recharge because I'm exhausted. This campaign, I'm loving it, but like earlier today, I was just like, I'm tired of talking, and we're not even close. But I'm gonna do it because I know what I want. What I want. But yeah, like it was literally that simple. She was just like, you came over and spoke and introduced yourself, and I love that. I was just like, wow. So for some people, it's that simple.
that's cool.
Yeah, and it's this since it's a special election, um, it's a shorter campaign. Like we got 3.5 months left.
For May 16th.
May 5th.
Fifth.
Cinco de Mayo.
Back, May 5th.
Election day is on Cinco de Mayo.
So when you win, you might have to go out, get some Mars.
Might have to do something. Exactly. Early voting starts April 15th and ends April 30th, and then the election day is May 5th.
Okay.
Edit and timestamp that. I'm just.
Huh. Oh,
That's a clip.
no. Yeah. So,
That's all.
and with judges' races, like, I guess each race is different. With this one, the term is 8 years,
8 years.
and
Okay,
then you run
question.
again. Oh,
That's a good one. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, go ahead.
It said, do current judges get to endorse? I'm sorry, do current judges get to endorse judge elects?
Great question. So the law just changed, and here's the thing, or the rules changed. It depends on if it's a circuit judge, criminal judge, chancery judge. So for the race that I'm in, circuit court or circuit court, and circuit court is more so like civil cases, family law, personal injury. Yes, they can endorse. They can endorse judges. They can support, and we can directly solicit. We can ask for donations ourselves. That just changed a couple of years ago. In criminal court, those judges cannot directly solicit for donations. So the rules are different. Huh?
You know why that is?
I
Like,
have
that's just
no
the way it
clue.
is. Okay, got it.
It used to
That's a
be
good question.
no
That's good.
judges could, but now, yeah, because like you've got judges that are endorsing people that are running. Yep, absolutely.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's weird to me because you would almost think I was having this conversation with a councilman today, and he was like, you think it would be reversed, where like in criminal court you would be able to solicit versus circuit because a lot of our cases are dealing with money and you know people
Right.
laundering or whatever, right? But it's not. So it literally just depends.
Oh, you can. I didn't know if you want.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, that's a great question because the law and I had an attorney, friend of mine, and he just wanted to make sure I was being careful. He was like, "Hey, because I'm hitting people, asking for donations, different things." He's like, you might want to make sure check the law to make sure you can do that." And he didn't realize it had changed for circuit court judges.
Oh, it's cool. You got somebody in your corner like that, just paying
Yes,
Makes
yeah.
sense.
So, cause I'm like, man, and it's just little things like, oh my gosh, donations. If you were to give me a cash donation, it can't be more than $50, but you
Really?
can write me a check for 1,900.
Well,
Yep.
It can't go over 2,000.
Nope, 1,900 is the max per election. So you can
Wait, per election or per person?
well, no. So per election per person.
Okay.
So for like the primary election, you can give me 1,900, and then after the primary, if I win the primary for the general election, you can give me another 1,900. But per person, a person can give me up to $1,900 per election. Yep.
Per election.
But cash, 50.
Oh, but
Why?
what-
I I don't know.
How they gonna track it though? I'm just asking.
Well,
How they
so
somebody give you cash?
well, so here's the thing. We have to do financial disclosures every quarter. So the first financial disclosure was January 15th, and that's where they look at your stuff. You know, they look at your books, what you yeah, oh, so yeah, and then you have to list everyone that donated. You have to list who donated, the amount they donated, what they do for an occupation. If they're retired, they're retired. You can put retired. That's okay. Or you can even put, I just learned this. It's called at best. I'm looking at a judge's list from years ago and I saw at best. I was like, what does that mean? It means you gave your best effort to figure out what they did. And you just so I was just like, wow, okay. Exactly.
There's probably a lot of that up there.
Man, it might be, but they'll audit you if it looks too suspicious.
Like
Obviously.
The powers to be over the judges, you get audited, and because we also have to have a treasurer. We have to have a treasurer during our entire term. Um, you know, you constantly have to have a bookkeeper.
Hold on, hey, that makes me think. Like with all these protections and audits and stuff,
How do people get away?
Yeah, how do people become corrupt? Like,
They clearly find their ways, but you see it all the time.
Extra hard to do this
Man.
again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was some race, and the rules are different in the different races, but it was, what was it? The mayor up there in Detroit was like buying like $5,000 suits because he said he needed new suits, and they were like, okay, cool, but it doesn't have to be $5,000 for each suit, but they'll audit you. They will audit you, like the rules even during campaign, like as the donations come in, I can use that money. Like if I go out to dinner, I can, and it's a campaign, I'm meeting someone for the campaign, I can use the campaign funds for food. Can't use it for alcohol. So that's a separate ticket.
Yeah, I don't need to run then. I like me a good drink.
Well, you can have a drink, you just can't pay with the campaign. Oh,
wait. No, I got a question. No, like this gonna make sense. Cause look, what? No,
Sorry,
cause no, look,
be
this is
smiling. I just don't be knowing what's gonna come.
what he's about to say.
no. I'm just happy you're here. That's all.
Mm.
Look, I remember when Ross was on here, right? And somebody had probably sent me like $5. He was like, "Hold on, so they be paying you?" And I don't know if you know, but streamers, like depending on their audience, like they can actually make a lot of money. Like if I were to do this every day,
Yeah.
I probably would make a decent amount. But I got a few reasons to why I don't do this every day yet.
Yeah.
But let's say if you got the equipment to do live streams and stuff, and you got donations off there, but like, would you have to count that too?
That's a good question. Does that count as personal, or would that be campaigning?
Cause look, we need to set her up a stream. Like, you can
That's
just get on.
This looks right at $50, y'all.
You know what?
We need to get her.
That's a good question.
She can stream. Come on, y'all.
So because yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Really?
Like this is my first campaign.
They can't have no law on that.
And
Get a stream set up.
so yeah, they may not have anything in place yet. That's a
great question.
I don't even
question.
think we probably should
And
even
you also have to be like, I know as an attorney and judge as well, we have to be careful with not giving legal advice. We can give the facts, but I can't give legal advice. So it's you have to be it's a thin line. It's a very thin line. So I think that's one reason that like at one point I was posting videos just giving the facts about, let's say, a DUI, right? I can do that, but I can't give advice on how to fight a DUI.
Unless it's in private.
Unless it's a consultation.
Okay.
Like
paid consultation.
Pretty much. Okay.
Right, exactly. Yep. And attorneys can do free consultations as well. But yeah, so it's a very thin line, like, and the ethics board here in Tennessee does not play. Man.
I've heard.
Yeah. They're pretty strict. It was a question you had mentioned earlier about voting.
I was asking, I think I asked if they was it you kind of answered it, were they mudslinging or
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
yeah,
He
earlier, you know how if you look on the news sometimes if the mayors are running, they're running ad is
That's what it's called though.
that's
like when
term for it.
they're yeah.
It was Martha Bennett hates kids or something. Something crazy on a commercial or whatever. And conspiracy they do that for.
Right.
I get it.
No, the judges races, you can't do it.
That would be so juicy. That's my favorite part of any
Man,
campaign.
look, right, trying to find the dirt, bringing it up. I got a call from the Nashville Banner the other day because they wanted to get my statement, for the paper. But it's interesting, how they go about because they're trying to figure out about the candidates. The one that's currently sitting in the seat was appointed by Governor Bill Lee. So all of her information was public when she filled out that application. Um, the other lady that's running, she's run before. So this is my first time running, so they don't have any. They're like, I mean, we got your background, but we don't. What else you got? So I gave them my why. It'll show up in the paper. But hey, we'll see how it goes. But Nashville's a what's the word I'm looking for?
Competitive.
Well, this race is, man, it's starting to be competitive.
I got a question after this too.
It's 3 females running right now.
Okay.
1 black, me, and the other 2 are white. We're all running in the Democratic primary. There isn't a Republican running yet, so whoever wins the primary will be the judge. So the big race is the first one. So that's the reason, it's a really big deal to get the push out now and get people out to vote or to register to vote. I think you can register up until, shoot, I have to look at my calendar, have all these dates down, but you can still register to vote and be able to vote in the May election. I was in church the other day, uh, registering people from my phone. I said, man, look.
That's a great way to do it.
Yeah, last day to register is April 6th.
Plate. Get your first and last name, your ID.
Man, look, I got the registration forms in my bag right now. Yeah, last day to register is April 6th.
Boots on the ground. I like that. You
Yeah.
being here says a lot about it be you or
Yeah.
whoever. This is very
Well, I mean,
stepped in.
I gotta be, and I'm glad that I've got friends that knew you all to do this because number one, the younger population, whether the older population wants to admit it or not, that's who's about to be running shit. Excuse my language, but that's where we're going. And they need to be tapped in. They need to know what's going on because they need to be able to put people in place that's going to, cater to their needs and interests. And that's one reason that I wanted to come on the show.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. I would love to get. My goal is to get more, more young people interested in voting,
Yeah. I don't know.
and registered, even if it's just the local elections. I understand people like the national and federal, all that. That's cool, but the local ones are the ones that actually affect you, on a day to day.
The most.
Man,
Affect you the most.
affect you the most. Yeah.
Heroes and other good stuff.
Yep. You vote for the DA. People don't realize that you vote for the DA, the district attorney, the person over there trying to put you in jail. That is a position that's voted for. They are not appointed.
Y'all heard that?
So those are things to remember. Like people be like, I hate that DA. Well,
Y'all watching that had to face the DA. He could have picked who it was now.
Yep. I think Davidson County. Glenn Funk, who is the DA right now, he used to be a criminal defense attorney.
Would you say? Well, no.
I think he's done a pretty good job.
Oh, so he is a good guy. Okay. I'll just one.
You know, there were certain things that he said we're just not gonna, because Nashville's grown so much, we can't be worried about little petty stuff.
What's little petty stuff? Like, what you mean?
Ounce of weed, we know, you know, write the citation, keep it going. You don't need to be taking anyone downtown for that.
YouTube is a comedy skit. Comedy skit.
Huh.
It's not.
Oh, so
Algorithm stuff.
Yeah, algorithm.
oh, okay.
I bet you good. It's a comedy skit.
Yeah.
Charlie laughed at her joke. But no, yeah, you
Y'all are funny. Y'all are hilarious. But yeah, so that was a main thing, getting people just to know what was going on, you know, making a decision, right? Because if you don't know, you can't even make a decision. If you know the information, then you can make a decision if you want to vote or not. Cool. But at least have the information and then decide what you want to do. So, and it's because even like the younger Black community has a different mindset than the older Black community.
Absolutely.
And what you mean by that?
They still think Michael Jordan the greatest player of all time. Anyway.
Well, that's one. You know, they share a lot of the same qualities, of course, when it comes to different things, prejudices but at the same time, I think, and it might just be a younger people thing where, I think that some of our older Blacks are just more conservative. You know, wound a little bit tighter than we are. Not as open-minded about certain things, and that's fine because that's how they were brought up, but things are changing. You know, whether people want to agree or not about same-sex marriages here, nothing you can do about it. So nothing. And as a judge, yeah, you can
concerned about that somebody else's. Anyways,
right. Yeah.
Cut it out.
But any other questions?
Okay, look, I don't know why this popped up in my head, but I was asking how competitive the race was. Just
Oh, good question. That's not, since it's under the radar, right? So y'all, at most, it'll probably be as big as Davidson County is. This race will probably only gather like 35,000 votes.
Wow.
Yep. That is small. Davidson County is
Wow. That is
what, over 1 million?
Yes. It's
Yeah.
a heavily populated area.
Yeah.
Tennessee, you said
35,000 will be probably the total number of voters in this election.
What do you think that's because of?
It's under the radar. People don't know about it. People have no clue about judicial races. That's why you get people in and you like, how in the world did they get in that seat? Well,
Like, where did this person come from?
Hey, what did Parlay 4 say? What did he say?
Oh, he just said showing love to the stream.
Oh yeah,
I shot it.
yeah, 35,000. Yep. It is not a big turnout. So literally it is foot to pavement. And it's one thing, name recognition. Some people, and I've done it, can't even lie, going in, you know, cast my ballot. I didn't even know what the race was, but I saw someone's name a whole bunch, so I checked the box, right? So
so that makes sense. So does it mean, like, I guess the more people you get on board to just know about it, maybe the better you'll do?
correct. Yep.
What if somebody who was losing like pulled like a Trump and was like, stop the count? What would you say?
Man, look, if this race, if that happened, I'd be shocked. Like, it just, that would take more money than this race is bringing in. I'd be shocked if that happened. Man, look, that would be insane. Yeah.
I'm really excited for you. I think you
Thank
answered
you.
a lot of questions that you answered them naturally. I didn't even look at the question list. You kind of just went into
Great.
it. You go over that first. Really cool. What was the first one? Let me see.
The one under yo.
Yo, oh yeah. You earlier you had mentioned you got here in 2008, and that was during like the housing crisis, correct? Or is that?
That's when we were in a recession.
Yeah, recession
Yeah,
in house.
yeah,
I remember that. And it was the comment say, I was a kid when that came around, but explain the time because people say we're in a recession now.
yeah. So in 2008, that's when I graduated law school, and I'll never forget our professors were like, "Y'all picked the worst time to graduate because there are no jobs." That's how I ended up working at Bricktops. Like I wasn't even in my field, and I'll never forget the general manager was like, "Why are you here?" And I was like, "Cause I can't get a job.
Can't work. I can't
Can't
work.
get a job."
In my
You know,
field. Yeah.
right? Um, Now people say, right, we're in a recession now. It's nowhere near.
Really, it's not as bad.
No,
So
no, no,
I was
because
a kid. I still don't feel it, but you would know better than me. So
it's
that's fine.
nowhere near what it was in 2008. Because what's crazy about now, like in 2008, people weren't hiring.
Like at all.
It was minimal.
Wow.
You can still get a job now. You may not want the job,
But you can still
but you can still get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Um, I think right now one of the major concerns for people is just, especially if you live in Davidson County, the cost of living is insane. Just being able to afford that. Nashville, Davidson County has outpriced itself so much. Your average person, resident, can't afford to live in Davidson County, so they're moving out. And even the surrounding counties are getting very expensive.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate. I think they said if you are single, to have a comfortable living in Davidson County, you need to be making like 95,000
Mhm.
by yourself.
I agree.
Don't even throw in a significant other or kids.
Just you and no
Yep,
children. Yep.
yep. So
And that's to be comfortable, not even to like.
yeah, not to ball, like you
Yeah.
just comfortable.
That's to get
Yeah,
by.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
correct.
you know, um, but people do say that we're in a recession. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's nothing like 2008.
I think it's really cool that you're conscious of like all of these things, even if they don't necessarily pertain to what you're running for, like cost of living, the child support we talked about. I just
Well, see, it's funny because it kind of does. Like, even though it's divorce court and it's family court and you're dealing with divorces, I'm still going to be dealing with child support. You still got to take into consideration. Let's say someone comes in, they get a divorce, and let's say that the female's the one put on child support. She loses her job because of what's going on, right?
So it does.
I don't want to be this just non-understanding person like, oh well, sucks for you, figure it out, you going to jail if you don't like. I'm not, so I need to know what's going on. I need to know what people are dealing with, and have some empathy to be able to be like, okay, they need a break. Let's see what we can do to help them out versus just throwing the book at them. So, I think that's something else like once again just being understanding and listening to what people are going through, and not just, oh my God, you missed your child support payment, you're going to jail. Everybody deserves a chance or two. you know if you show me you're making an effort, right? You're paying something, even if you can't afford the full amount. I think that carries more weight and should be considered.
Absolutely.
Some judges don't look at that,
No.
and they have the discretion. Judges have the discretion, meaning they have the opportunity to make a decision as to how they're going to deal with that. Yep,
And they sometimes choose to not be as personable.
correct.
Okay. So, well, let me rephrase that. It does directly affect what you're running for and what your day to day will be in that position. So, I like to speak things into existence. We're gonna say what your day to day will
Will
be.
be,
Yeah.
yes.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
Are you considering? Would you ever consider like? Could you see yourself getting on your computer to talk to the people that follow you, just about anything they want to ask, kind of like this?
Yes. So what's crazy that you asked that? So when I was telling you I did a podcast back in like 2015, what's crazy is his name was Keith Fitzpatrick. He still every once in a while does it. Those videos, y'all, are still circulating. I'm still getting calls from people because it was on like expungements. I was because I do criminal law also, and it was on like helping people get their record expunged and cleaned up. I'm still getting calls to my office from that. Oh, I saw your video on YouTube. Da, 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 da." And I'm like, wow,
Content is forever.
it really is forever. And I had said, because um I've never really done any marketing. Everything's always been word of mouth. So I've been blessed in that aspect. I've never had to do any marketing. And at one point I said, I'm going to start doing videos and different things just to, talk to people that listen to me or follow me. And so yeah, I have thought about it. Definitely have. If things don't go how I want, then that's something I will probably look into just to.
Content.
Yep.
Well, look,
Yep.
There's literally a lot of lawyers. I follow a couple that are like, they just go online and
Yeah.
just break down. Some people just break down people's cases, like
yeah.
what they see.
Right.
You know,
I know, yeah.
Oh
that's-
yeah, they'll go on there and give their
Yeah.
opinion about like, especially like some of them would take like a celebrity case
Yeah.
and then break it
Yeah.
down. Because I get asked all the time, like when the whole Diddy case was going on. So what do you think about that? And I had my opinions. So
You said, I don't want to ask no deep questions. We don't want to
oh
cheapen the interview like that. So
oh
I got some advice on content once you.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I definitely
Oh
think you should expand it to that. Of course, you're very well spoken, super
Yeah.
educated. Like people love to. I personally
yeah.
love to hear. Like I listen to. I used to be obsessed with like Mark Lamont Hill when I was like younger. I used
Uh-huh.
to sit down and watch
That's
him
what-
on CNN or Mark Lamont Hill. He's like a political commentator
Okay.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's this guy named FD Signifier or something like that. I watch. But long story short, I consume a lot of stuff about
Right.
people who are knowledgeable in certain fields and stuff. So that is always a option, even if you when you are in the position that you're in,
Right.
that's
Right.
still something that
Yeah.
me personally I love watching. So
That's good. That's good to know because, that helps me. Like, like, okay, so people would listen to me.
absolutely,
Yeah.
for sure.
So look, I didn't realize how powerful the internet was until like I realized that every time that like I would go out, like I'm
Mhm.
basically the person that's always been like behind the scenes on this. Like I really didn't start getting like when did I start really getting on in front of the camera? Like what last year, a year and a half ago or something?
Maybe like a year and a half ago. It ain't been
Yeah.
that long.
So
Mhm.
the 5 years that I've been doing this content, like I would literally go out places and people would be like, "Man, I seen your video on this or I seen your video on that," and I'm not really thinking much of it
Yeah.
because I don't really think that I don't look at the platform like everybody else. Like it's not as big as it is to everybody else to me because I'm doing all the back end work.
Got you.
But I went to a networking event last Friday. And I literally had like 10, 15 people just come up to me and
Really?
be like, "Man, I seen your video on this. I respect your platform." And this is all like when I said like I
Mhm.
barely go out, like that's not an exaggeration. I barely go out.
Yeah.
Like even I'm on the computer
Uh-huh.
or I'm on the game if I'm not working. Literally, like
Got
that's
you.
what I do.
Okay.
And from all these people like knowing me and just knowing all about me, it literally just comes from videos on the internet. Literally, so
Wow.
if you were to put yourself in front of the camera,
Yeah.
and, just talk about things that you're very knowledgeable about
Mhm.
could probably touch a lot of people for real.
I did. It was
Because
random because I got irritated. Matter of fact, it was about black people doing wills. And I did like a 30-second, and I looked up and it had like thing now at the time I didn't expect it to have that many views, and then it had over 1,000 views. I was like, people really watched that. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, if I had really put some effort into it, it may have generated, and pushed it. But
Yeah.
so I was like, I should do more of these, and then I didn't. But
Question: this is your second time mentioning like wills. Like a lot of people feel like they don't have anything to leave. You should still put something in writing.
so well, okay, so if you don't have any assets, then
What's the point? You know what I'm saying?
it doesn't matter. But you would be surprised. I call probate court an extension of family court because what it is families fighting over money.
Correct.
Like you would be surprised, families are, oh, we're not gonna be like that, this and the third. They get a hint that, G Mama left them $25,000 and it's just a shit show.
War.
I have, so even if, and some, for some people, 25,000 may be a lot of money. For other people, like, but even if it's something like that, even if it's 10,000, like I have literally seen, and anything under 50,000, yeah, anything under 50,000 goes into is a small estate. You don't even need an attorney for that. And I've seen people fight. So, yeah. If you got a car, nice car, anything, telling you, oh, will. I do it.
Anything you want to leave behind that you, okay.
The will. And it doesn't have to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be complex or anything like that. I would recommend an attorney drafting it because the laws have changed about them, but
Charlie, I don't care. It's a laptop. I need it. It's not
I
easy.
need it.
It's hard.
Whoever these people.
I'm telling you.
Talk it up, because Kyrie ain't gonna play.
Man, look, I've got 2 cases right now that are.
You can speak about it.
Oh, I'm not going into detail.
Okay.
That are 5 years old because there's no will. And we finally got a ruling from the courts, and one of them filed an appeal. So it's just, what's so sad about it is it's been going on so long. The probate judge who was initially on the case has retired, and there's a new judge.
Dang.
And the first judge told them, he said, y'all are fighting over this money. By the time you finish, the only people that's going to get paid are the attorneys. And that's exactly what is happening. There's I've been one of the original attorneys on the case, but there's been 5 others. Everybody wants their money, right? And guess who gets paid first? We do.
Yeah, y'all take a chunk, right? Like a third of it, right?
Well, no. So we get all of all the hours we put in.
Yeah.
That's how much we get. So you're talking about a contingency fee. That's like personal injury stuff. But yeah, so oh, yeah, the attorneys in that particular case took majority of that.
So it wasn't even worth it out in the end. We did
Nope.
us fighting.
So somebody should have.
If they had agreed and just split it 3 ways, way back when,
could have been
done.
Amount, or
it was a house that was involved.
That's what'll do it.
A house in the 2020s.
That's what'll do it.
You gonna lie? That's kind of hard.
Yeah, but the house. So just so you're all aware, if the family members can't agree, the house is going to be sold, right? So doesn't matter. It'll be sold on the market.
And they split the money.
Yep. But they did all that fighting for the house to be sold, which it was going to be sold anyways. And after we took our portion, they're splitting the rest.
Can I ask you a question about a judge? Or I know you said you can't get any endorsements, and I know it's not an endorsement. I just want to be safe. But it says, do you know Judge Rachel Bell?
Yes.
Who's that?
Judge Rachel Bell?
I'm not familiar.
She is a General Sessions judge. So General Sessions is in the Birch building. I'm in Circuit Court is in the historic courthouse. But yeah, Judge Rachel Bell is and she was, I think, the youngest elected judge.
Oh,
yeah. 33? I think. Don't quote me on that, but it was, and she's still on the bench. This is not an election year for her. But yeah, she's a General Sessions judge. Okay. So she does General Sessions judges do criminal and civil. And when I say criminal, I mean the lower level crimes before they get bound over the criminal court. So there's a difference in those 2 courts.
I got a question about judges here, because So do you think like certain judges ever like worry about their safety just because of like if they got like high profile cases and
Yes.
they do?
Um, maybe 2 years ago, one of the judges got shot at.
Really?
They got recognized in their car on the interstate, and somebody opened up fire on them.
Must have gave that boy some.
And well, here's the thing: it was a circuit. It wasn't even a criminal judge.
Oh, so what? You shooting about some fees?
Yeah, that's what's so crazy. And the topic came up, should judges have more security than just so they have security right there on what's called the campus, right? The judicial campus. But then when they get in their car and go home, they don't have that security. So then it was a discussion on whether they should have it outside of the courtroom as well because of that incident.
I think they should.
I mean, there's probably been more, but that's the most recent one.
That's insane. I've never heard anything like that before.
Yes. Yep. So it's interesting. Yeah. Well, I mean, and I know y'all saw the video with the guy flying over
Yeah.
What video?
Never seen that?
the video where the black guy got upset with whatever the judge decided his verdict, and he attacked
That was
the
here?
judge. No.
Okay.
No, I was just saying, like, but see, what's crazy about that is she had court officers, but he moved so fast. Like, I'm like, dang, how close was he to the bench? Like, that's wild. But he was moving.
I seen that.
I guess he felt like he had nothing to lose, and he's like,
Yeah, at that point.
I think I don't know if this was fake or not, but like didn't she like he what's the word? Like after that happened or whatever, he ended up back in her courtroom, right?
Really?
I believe
Oh, I
so.
don't know.
I
I didn't even
think
follow it.
maybe I was AI. You know, the internet is crazy right now because they had a picture of her. She had like little tourniquet on and like head wrap and stuff. I'm like, this could be fake, but
Yeah,
it would be
it
crazy
may
if
have
he
been.
did. If
And
he
that's
did
the
go see
thing,
her
like
again.
when I see some on social media, I go research it because so much stuff is AI.
Fake, yeah.
Yep.
I try not to
Yep.
read too much into it, but I did see that video. That was crazy.
Yep.
I think I got through all my questions.
do people usually tell you that you got a cool name?
I hear it a lot. I heard it earlier today.
Everybody can't tell us.
So, a lot of
I saw
people.
it from someone before.
No, before you go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, Corletra, yeah. I haven't met another one. So,
Wow, it's the first.
Look, the only thing that I can think of that's close to that, remember Halo 3?
Mm-hmm.
What was is it Cortana? You know what I'm talking about? That's the only
Cortana.
thing y'all know what I'm talking about? That's the only thing that I even heard of that close to that. Like
Cortana.
I think like that name is cool. It sounds like a judge's name.
I play a lot of
Video games. When you said that, I thought about Katana. What was that? Mortal Kombat back in the day.
You played that?
I did.
It was cool.
Unstoppable.
What system you played? Who played it?
Man, look, I was showing my age. Look,
That's gonna tell it.
the last game system I had, I took it to law school with me. PlayStation 2.
Me too. That's not that. I have had every PlayStation.
No, like that was the last. And at the time, if I'm honest, it was old, but the 3 hadn't come out yet. And I said in my downtime I was gonna play, and it just sat there and
That's how I was.
collected. Yeah, 8 I did.
That's how I was November and December. I did not have time to touch my PlayStation.
Yeah.
I got 3 little kids running around. I can only touch it on the weekend when they sleep.
My game was Killer Instinct though.
Really?
Unstoppable and Killer Instinct. That and NBA Jams on
definitely the ones. Was it
Super Nintendo
on the cover, or is that another game?
on NBA Jams?
You thinking of different games?
I think you thinking of a different game.
And y'all wasn't on that cover.
I think you talking. I think you think about
Nah.
What am I thinking?
NBA Jams. That was Super Nintendo.
I say, yeah, no, I'm way off then.
Yes, that one.
That's the first basketball game I played. One with that's what it was. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Just
He said
oh,
P2.
yeah,
Or,
yeah.
man,
That was top of the line back then.
Wait, gaming has changed so much.
Man, yeah. I could
Have you seen any videos of any recent games?
I mean, like there's a PS5 at the house that, you know, the little ones play, but I haven't touched it, you know. So
Is
I
that-
don't know how it works.
That's a personal question. Do you have children or?
No, and I'm glad because that's something that's gonna be asked, right? Are you married? Do you have children? So not married, no children. So,
Let's see.
and no, that is because who was saying they were like, they're gonna want to know if you're. And what's crazy about this, I'm actually glad you brought that up. So when a couple of people found out that I was running, right? Because I'm not married, right? And one of the candidates definitely always has, her husband, out supporting this and the third. And so one of the questions, like when I was running, they're like, wait, so you never had anyone, with you, so are you gay? Like, I'm like, dang, like just because I'm still single, like I'm not married, so I gotta be gay, So and if I was great, but it's interesting. Like people associate if you are not married and running, she must be gay. Some gotta be, like yeah. And I don't have kids.
How does that make you? What do you
I
feel?
laugh. I think it's funny.
Hold on,
That would
like,
make me laugh.
And then like I tell people all the time, like at the end of the day, like my personal life is gonna stay just that regardless.
Personal.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm here trying to do a job
Right.
that's separated from what I'm doing.
Yep.
Yep.
So, but people want to know.
I'm sure.
Hold
That
on.
sounds like something.
Why do you think they care about that? 'Cause
I don't. That's a good question.
It is a good question.
I don't know. Because I was literally just last week. It's funny. So just last weekend, I was at Judge Bell's expungement clinic volunteering, and I'm helping out, and this guy walked up and was like, "You don't have a ring on your finger." And I was like, "No, no, I don't." So you're not married? I was like, "Not yet." He was like, "Yeah," but they are really paying attention. Like they like, okay, because they had announced that I was running for judges and the third. So it's like immediately, boom, I don't know. I don't know I don't know why people are so intrigued by that.
We in the Bible Belt. I think that might have something to do with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. And that very well may.
But
But
new age, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, hey.
A lot of young black women are career focused, so it might not be,
Except that too,
And I like that. I think that's cool. Like, prioritize myself, my future.
Yeah. But it is interesting that people
Yeah,
they want to know, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could care less as long as
do
the
you think
job's
it's
getting
for
done.
both genders, or you think they just try to put that on women?
I think they just try to put it on women.
I do. I've never seen that be asked to a male or it be
Why do you think that
point of
is, though?
contention for a male.
I think it has a lot to do with just the old mentality. A woman, you're supposed to be married, have some kids, especially at my age. Like, what are you doing? What's going on? What's wrong with you? I get that a lot too. What's wrong with you?
I get that from my
at my
family.
age.
Yeah,
I said
it's
you
like,
25. You can't.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I'm 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So,
I get that a lot too. I'm like, hey, I still got plenty of time.
You do.
right.
I don't even got.
You do have plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
I don't even have a house to give a family yet. Like I ain't ready. Like, but that thing about me.
Well,
It's just for my family that want to pop on there. And they always
Yeah.
ask like, like
I got 3 good.
And I'm not gonna lie. Growing up, I had the I'm gonna be married at 25, have 2 kids. It's so unrealistic. Man, at 25, I had graduated law school, moved up here, did buy a house, sold the house, unfortunately, and really just been living life, traveled a lot. traveled everywhere.
Listen.
And now I've decided, okay, I'm ready to make Nashville home for real, and so
Like for sure.
this is the next step.
What are the top 3 places that you've been to, you'll say?
Brazil,
Wow.
and it was a town. I went to Rio de Janeiro, but
You saw that big
Oh, that's how
statue.
you say that. I always wonder how
Yeah.
you say that.
You saw
Yeah.
that big statue.
I
can't think of the
did.
name, but
I stayed there I was there for 2 months.
it's a long stay.
So
Yeah.
That was a vacation, right? That was a-
yeah, I was actually doing a study abroad in law school.
Okay.
So that was one of the dopest experiences ever. Dubai was great.
Hey, and it ain't what y'all think. It's so chill. He was studying. But we got some troll followers.
Oh,
No, we do.
oh, in Cuba.
Cuba. So all
Cuba.
these places that you named,
South America.
I don't know about Brazil, but I know Dubai. Very strict laws.
So that's the thing. So, okay, I'm glad that's the assumption. And there were some places where,
Mhm.
leaving out the hotel, I wanted to go to the little hookah lounge and they radioed down. I'm like, dang, like I can't even walk by myself. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I went to a boarding high school.
Mhm.
So I had a friend that was from Dubai. So I went there to visit her. So I got a little different experience.
You said what's a boarding high school?
A boarding high school.
I think is that what you just asked?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're asking what it is?
Hey, what's a
I think that's
breakfast?
what Kyrie just asked. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, where so you could either be a day student where you lived in the city and you went to school like regular, or if you're a boarder, you lived on campus, kind of like a
Mhm.
college campus, looked like a college campus, college preparatory school.
That's a cool experience.
Yeah.
That's like the TV experience. I always want to do something like that. No, I'm saying like I'm from TV. Of course,
You,
we went to high school together.
yeah.
Ain't got high school right up the street.
So,
Now that was cool.
but
That's what they show on TV. Kind of
mhm.
like ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So one of my best friends in high school, her name is Manal. She was from Saudi Arabia, but they moved to Dubai. So I went to go visit her. Which it was great having friends. But most of my friends were boarders. So when I go back home, I don't have a lot of friends there because they don't live there, So Chattanooga. Hmm. Yep. 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 Yeah.
Ever seen Zoe 101?
Who?
It's a show.
He's talking about a TV show.
It's
Oh,
a show, and they literally go to a boarding school, and that's what I think of when I think
yeah.
that we could afford how they growing up.
Yeah.
So.
But the reason I said Cuba, I didn't think the beaches got any better than in South America until I went there. Like you could literally, I was walking out in the ocean, the water's up to my neck, and you could still see straight down
Wow,
to the floor. It
that's
was,
clear blue.
yeah,
That's not scary.
straight clear. Huh?
That's not scary.
Man, it was awesome.
Kind of like an experience.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, yep.
So well traveled, educated, personable. So if I was describing you to somebody like, and I was trying to tell them like, hey, should we look into this person? They're running for. I hate that I keep forgetting it. You're running for
Third Circuit Court
Third Circuit Court
judge.
What Third Circuit Court judge? What exactly would you like want me to get across to them? What would you want them to understand about you?
I think the biggest thing is that first thing that comes to my mind is open-minded, down to earth,
Right.
open-minded. And the reason I say that is because some judges can be so intense and it rubs everyone the wrong way. They hate going, and it shouldn't be like that. Like the judge is supposed to be there to help, not to intimidate and ridicule and make you feel bad.
Right.
Unless you're doing something, but most people, they're not intentionally not trying to follow the rules. So I would say, she's open-minded and laid back.
Open-minded and laid back.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep.
I think that's a great selling point for somebody running for Oh, I don't forgot it that fast. Open circuit,
Third Circuit.
third circuit,
Third Circuit Court.
Man, he don't
third
listen.
circuit court. I think my memory is just bad. I'm excited to have this conversation.
It's
So
okay.
but
It's okay. No
I'm
worries.
campaign for you when I get out there.
I appreciate it.
Circuit. I'm like,
Yes.
this man's telling me about 5 times, but just go down there and vote, man. So,
Exactly. See my name, check the box.
What
Keep
that
it
say?
moving.
this video, man. What
I
the
don't know where it's coming from.
Man,
spamming
I
us?
think
it's
people,
like a whole lot.
it all came in at once.
Yeah,
It
spamming.
did.
Late. Goodness.
Just
Anyway,
it's not Outlook, is it? You know, Outlook was delayed all day yesterday.
Oh no, let me see.
mine went down too for my
It was down yesterday, and the messages were delayed.
Oh, somebody raiding your stream, bro.
I gotta be kidding.
Hey,
Who raiding?
Just for raiding the stream.
Rubik is raid.
It's what is that? He was asking. I don't know what it is. Twitch.
If you send
What's
each
that?
gift, it is not
We on-
campaign donation. We would like to make that clear.
We on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and
Everywhere.
so basically another streamer has came in and brought his audience in to watch us. Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah, streaming is
It's
Wow.
give them everything again.
Right. Wow. That's cool.
yeah, y'all got any questions? Well, gotta give us time to read them, but I guess shout out to Rupert. Yeah, that's cool. See, I'm glad you're getting to see this.
I am. I'm like, wow.
I think this
We need to get you
Flooded.
with you for yours.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I love sitting and watching people break down.
Right.
I don't understand. Like, so
I'm seriously like, gonna consider doing it. For real, for real. And you're not the first person to say it. So
Well, another reason why I think you should get into it too is because a lot of people think that, people that spend a lot of time on social media, they watch what I call brain rot content. It's just strictly entertainment,
oh, right.
It's people like me and him and other people that a lot of times, like, I might be when I am on social media, most of the time I'm really trying to learn stuff. 'Cause,
Got you.
You can learn on social media.
Right.
You can
It's
teach
not
people
just
stuff.
mindless.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't even
watching.
like mindless content, and it's
I
crazy
got you.
because I kind of make. Well, I don't want to say I make mindless content. It's kind of like
knowledgeable about it.
yeah, but
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well,
what-
this has been great, huh?
Thank you. Well, what the last one say?
Okay, we'll read that one quick and then we'll let you go. I hope she wins the seat. She has to be just as fair as Judge Cedric Simpson.
Cedric Simpson.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Vita. Appreciate you. But yes, ma'am. Before
Man, she probably playing, dude. She always playing.
who is that?
Man, I think that's my mom. You said what the name say?
Chavita Dumas.
She always playing.
Hi, Mom.
That's funny. Right. I cannot see, and I got on glasses. You can see that?
Yeah.
Man. No. Hey, who playing?
No, my mama, she always playing.
She is hilarious.
That's funny.
Yes. But yes, ma'am. Before we let you go, is there any closing statements, anything you want to make sure that we get across to the people? Because this probably would be the clip right here. So
I would just like to say what? Oh, yes. Okay. So I would like to say February 3rd at NKA Gallery is my campaign kickoff. Everyone is welcome. It is open to the public. You'll get an opportunity to meet me, ask me any questions you want. I'm also celebrating my birthday. So it's a chance to just meet the candidate and have a good time in a laid back atmosphere. The slogan is take a stance, vote Mance. The election is May 5th.
I'm sorry.
And
Let me
yeah.
interrupt. Where's the event at?
Oh, NKA Gallery.
NKA Gallery.
So that's 915 Buchanan Street. Right.
Buchanan Street.
Next to literally right next to Slim and Heskey's. They're like connected.
Exactly where it is.
So I hope to see you all there.
Okay, and where can people get the hoodie? Merch?
The
If you can.
merch. So great question. I'm gonna have a couple there to give away at the campaign. Yes, but yeah. shoot me a DM, inbox me, and we can get you a shirt.
I need one. And
What if I said I wanted to buy some right now? Like, what if I wanted to fill this one right now? Could I? 2 of them, small. I'm just small and medium. I'm just curious. I'm just trying to see what you're gonna say.
I mean, we could definitely make it happen.
True.
Yep. Yep.
I'll buy one myself.
Yep. We actually, get them in here in a couple of days,
Take a look.
pending the weather.
I take a hoodie. I need the
But yeah.
And so we got that. Another thing I want you to make sure we stress also the dates that people need to be getting out there and voting. We meeting you February 3rd. That's your birthday. Happy birthday in advance. And the dates that people need to get out there and get to them polls. What dates are those?
Yes. The early voting starts April 15th
April
through
15th.
April 30th, and the election day is May 5th. Cinco de Mayo is the election day. So if you can't make it early, that's fine. Come out, vote, then go get you a margarita. So yes, those are the days. So thank you all.
Yeah, I gotta get one. Yeah, we're gonna get one. That's we celebrating that day.
Yes.
Going up.
What's the last thing she said?
I am being so serious. Look him up. He's a black older judge out of Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Cedric Simpson.
Okay.
I know you.
All right.
Yeah, Miss Trevita. He always think. Oh,
that's funny.
But we appreciate y'all.
All right.
I know she got a team here, 2 guys, really cool, y'all. I really enjoyed this conversation with Miss Mance. Yeah, y'all get out there, get y'all black ass out there and vote.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say, KT?
No, I think I'm gonna keep it running.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hey, look.
9:42.
for sure. As long as it ain't store right there, I'm good. We can keep running.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah, it's not supposed to, I think, start until like.
Take some pictures though.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh
Take
yeah,
a picture with 'em.
pictures. Pictures.
Yeah, so look, y'all. Look. Man, I don't know how to put the hoodie on. I ain't used to seeing myself on camera with these braids. Look, man, we appreciate everybody that watched this. You finna end this stream. Her website link will be in the description. Shout out to Trevita D1408 for trolling as always, and we're gonna end it right there.
Funny.